for Komets Hockey.
My Komets on my TV.
My Komets on my TV is presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
In the 63-year history of the Fort Wayne Komets, there has been one team up north that has been a rival for most of that time. Of course, the Kalamazoo K-Wings. The two teams have battled over 400 times on the ice over 3 different leagues. The game is that the Komets have struggled here in Wing Stadium over the second half of the season. They have lost 5 in a row up here. A lot has been made over the fact that it is a smaller arena, smaller ice surface, so we'll see how that plays into things. Talking with the guys in the locker room about an hour and a half ago, all of them said we got to stick to what we did in the first couple games, stay within our systems, and just kind of weather the storm early, because clearly Kalamazoo will come out very strong, very physical. They expect a strong forecheck, and we'll just see how the Komets do in weathering that early storm. Eric Faille steps to the dot against Patrick Kennedy, and game number 3 is underway here in Kalamazoo. Faille wins the first face-off of the evening, and it's immediately turned over to Kalamazoo, dumps it in, gloved by Drew Daniels. Here comes Mike Embach, who flips it into the zone and now chases after it. Going after it is Jeremy Blaine. He plays it up the wall. Bloomstrom checked into the wall by Fox. That time is Drew Daniels. They keep it in at the point. Sedlowski thought he had intercepted that pass. Now re-corrals here on the near side. Gets it over to Daniels. Hot bounce off the boards, but Embach takes it over the blue line. Sends one in on Martin. Rebound in front and comes out to the corner. Good opportunity for the money line early. And that will be played with a high stick. So we'll get a face-off. Out on the ice now, Mitchell Hurd with Paul Crowder and Matt Pistilli. This is a line that Gary Graham thinks can really get going as they get familiar with one another. Of course, both Pistilli and Crowder fighting injuries late in the season, so both of them kind of in the process of getting their legs underneath them as well, but both played well in games 1 and games 2. You could see, especially with Crowder, I thought, the rust starting to come off in game 2. James Martin, the defenseman, getting into the rush. He plays it behind the net here, goes to the ice. Cleared out in front. This is Neal for Kalamazoo. He will send it in on Roman Will, who covers up. Everybody finishing their checks behind the play. That time Ian Bartow and Neal getting after it. Of course, you might remember at the end of game number 2, the 3-0 win for the Komets. Things got very physical. A lot of words were said. You have to expect, not only just because of the 2-0 deficit for Kalamazoo, but because of what happened at the end of game 2. There's a lot of different reasons why this could get very physical very quickly. Jurgo Nagy in there right now, set to face off against Matt Lowry from the Komets. Cody Soul plays it around the board. CJ Severyn. Making room for Hurd in the lineup is Brett Perlini, who is a healthy scratch tonight. So Pearls is on the bench and Hurd is in. Kaylee Schrock, the 10th forward, chips that into the zone and gives chase before Martin covers up. And we get another early face-off. We're very excited to be bringing you all this postseason action here on my TV. Fort Wayne. Parkview Sports Medicine is our proud sponsor. PSM provides performance and fitness training, advanced rehabilitation services, and nutrition consultations to sports enthusiasts at all levels. You can learn more just by calling PSM 260-266-4007. Tommy Schegler here with you. Early portions of game number 3. Komets have the 2-0 series lead. Looking to take a stranglehold on this thing. Chipped along, no icing. Joe Martin comes out of his net, plays it to Dane Fox. Fox works through a forecheck. plays it along the boards. Coming in, Bloomstrom out to LaFranchise. LaFranchise will backpedal, re-corral, and misses everything with his pass, and so we'll get an icing at the other end. 17:42 left to go here in the first period. We are early on here in Kalamazoo. No score. Out comes the Crowder, Pistilli, and Hurd line. So let's see what happens here. Hurd spent that little bit of time and was just so amazing with the Komets earlier in the year, and then was in Lake Erie for the rest of the season. But talking to some of the guys this week, James Martin, who was on sound-off with the Komets earlier this week, said that he had talked about coming back here, play in the playoffs throughout the regular season, so he wanted the opportunity to be able to come down and play some more. Oh, and that one goes off a skate in front. Martin has to quickly cover up. So you like to see the guys that have played in the higher league of the American Hockey League but want the opportunity to come down here, play a little bit more, get a little bit better, and maybe contribute to a championship run. Garrett Meurs sent back last week. Mitchell Hurd this week. That will probably be it from Lake Erie. Did not make the playoffs up in the American League. Played off the boards. Meurs keeps it in. Is the third line of Severyn, Lowry, and Meurs. That one flipped up high in the air. And here come the K-Wings breaking out. Nagy centers it to Urban. Urban getting into the rush. And here come the Komets, able to get through the forecheck. Kind of a quiet start to this game so far. And here's Meurs. Plays it near side. One-timer on the way, just goes wide. That one was redirected in front. Kovacs, who was inserted into the lineup just moments before it started, into the high slot is Correa. He sends one high and wide. Kovacs was a late addition because Eric Catalyst not feeling well, the forward for the K-Wings, so we have an offsides down on the ice, but Catalyst is out under the weather. So instead, Justin Kovacs in. Komets scratches for the night. We mentioned Brett Perlini, Connor Casaria, and Christian Willett along with Aaron Clark. So same guys that were out on Saturday, and then Perlini also added to that list with the addition of Mitchell. No score here early in game number 3 from Kalamazoo. Because of the Wednesday game, not a crazy ton of people compared to when we were just up here 10 days or so ago. And it was a pretty good crowd on a Friday night when Kalamazoo handed the Komets a 6-0 blowout loss. Komets trying to end their skid up here. Favorable conditions to do so because the crowd, you could say, is close to maybe 60-40 with a lot of Komet fans up here as well. Here's Pistilli. Pistilli setting one in and scores! Paul Crowder to Matt Pistilli, and it is 1-0 Komets. Matt Pistilli getting his first playoff goal of the year, and that line of Crowder, Hurd, and Pistilli coming through right away. Oh, so important first goal tallied by the Komets, and they really anticipated Kalamazoo coming out strong. And it's been a little bit of a flat start for Kalamazoo, and this is Hurd. Hurd goes up top, sails just wide and high and up into the netting. So we'll get a face-off. Nice wrister by Matt Pistilli. Crowder sending it over to him. All right, here we go. Komets get the start that they wanted. And now the Taylor line is out there for Kalamazoo. These guys definitely like to lay the body. Scheidel, Neal, Taylor. Nick Bootlin, head coach of Kalamazoo, needs something. Ponich over to Taylor. That one goes way high off the glass. Neal sends it down in deep once again. Hurd tries to play it on the half wall, and the Komets are able to clear. All the way down to the other end. Komets get a change. Kaylee Schrock out there with Lowry and Severyn. And the "he shoots, he scores" chant coming out from the crowd after the announcement from the PA announcer here in Wing Stadium. And just based on the amount of people that jumped up after that goal scored by Pistilli, I might up my percentage. I would say it's probably 60-40, but a good Komets crowd here on a Wednesday night. And kind of quiet in this building right now. This is favorable conditions, no doubt. Kovacs loses it on a nice poke check from Lacasse. Now Severyn trying to play it into the corner, goes down deep. Lowry uses his foot to get it half wall up to Sevi. Sevi gets it out of the zone, deflected, now fought for by Kaylee Schrock. Schrocky comes away with it. He's got Lowry with him, sending one in, and Martin save and a rebound, and a cover up by Martin. Lowry got the rebound, but Martin is there, and we have a timeout on the ice. We will take it with them. 1-0 Komets right now here in Game 3.
Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Action. Sean Sidlowski sends one high over the bar, back in front. And rubbed off the play in front was Faille. Here come the Wings. Kennedy takes it to neutral, chips it in. Komets able to quickly get to it, win that race, get it around the forecheck, and intercepted at neutral. They come back the other way. That's what they like to try to do. Get the turnover, get in transition. That is what the Komets have to guard against. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast of Komet playoff hockey. As Faille sends another one in. Good pad save by Joel Martin. Back up to the point. James Martin. Here's Daniels. Daniels back up to point position. Sending a bouncing puck into Martin. It's shoveled off into the corner. Jeremy Blaine in the lineup tonight as Pistilli is taken to the ice in front of Martin. No call there. Outlet to Taylor, and Martin takes him off the play. James Martin. Big outlet to Pistilli. He throws on the brakes and now waits for help. It comes in the form of Crowder. Crowder fights in the corner with Fatorik. Paul Crowder trying to win that battle, comes to the near side. Pistilli, big hit there on Ponich, but here come the K-Wings. Taylor with speed, a backhander, big rebound out in front, comes to the Komets. And here is Crowder. And we're going to get it off sides. And a little bit of extra action after the whistle. 11:46 left to go here in the first period. 1-0 Komets here in Game 3 as they look to take a 3-0 lead in this series. Hope you're enjoying this broadcast, especially if you're out at the Tilted Kilt in Jefferson Point, the official watch zone of Komet Hockey here on MyTV Fort Wayne. Stop by the Kilt all playoff long for all of the road broadcast. Chance to win pair of tickets to a future Komets game. Discounts on game day. It's the Tilted Kilt in Jefferson Point. If you're at home, if you want to watch with a bunch of Komet fans, I hear they've been getting great crowds out there for these games. So go on out to the official watch zone of the Komet broadcast here on MyTV Fort Wayne, the Tilted Kilt in Jefferson Point. Face-off comes out to Drew Daniels. Daniels works it down to Sidlowski. And that was a penalty called on the K-Wings after the whistle there. In the box I will get the number here in a moment. But the Komets on a power play. If they can score here, be oh so nice. Oh, in front. Lowry tries to send it up top. That sails right over the bar. Good opportunity in front. Goalie interference is the call on Bourbeau, and that one is sent in wide by Drew Daniels. Komets on the power play. Minute has gone by with the extra man. And here is Zidlowski. Zidlowski takes it across the blue line, tries to get it over to Meurs, poked away and down in the other end. Matt Pistilli taken off the play, but quickly picked up by James Martin, and here come the K's on the rush, still 38 on the power play. Bourbeau in the box for goalie interference. Here's Hurd. This is a group that hasn't played together a lot. Hurd, Meurs, and Crowder out there, along with Pistilli. And that pass off the mark, keeping it in is Crowder. Crowder comes down half wall, quarterbacks things below the goal line, sends it over to Pistol. Pistol now back to Crowder. In front and shoots and scores is Garrett Meurs. He goes top shelf over Joel Martin, walks in on the netminder, and makes this game 2-0. Boy, the Komets have come out and made a statement in the first 10 minutes here. A power play goal for Garrett Meurs. And that was a beautiful sequence of plays. Nice pass by Paul Crowder, his second assist of the night. Timeout on the ice, 2-0 Komets after the Garrett Meurs power play goal.
Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
2-0 Komets, Garrett Meurs making it 2-0 with the power play goal. Paul Crowder getting the assist there. And actually, I should make a correction. I just got the official score. It was an even strength goal by just 1 second. So Bourbeau had just come out of the box. And so it is officially an even strength goal. But nonetheless, 2-0 K's as we are a little past halfway through the first period. 9 minutes left to go in the first frame. Komets have come out and been the aggressor here. That one cleared all the way down. Going to be an ice on the other end. Oh, no icing, waved off. And a long outlet to the blue line. Unable to get it in, though. The Komets fighting hard. Zidlowski trying to poke it away from Correa. He's able to maintain possession, gets it back to his defenseman, and now LaFranchise tries to set up shop. Like Embach taken down on the play. He comes off the ice, not pleased. Nice little feed, big save, Roman Will. It was a nice feed by Jeremy Blaine. Kennedy had the attempt, and Will really the first good scoring opportunity for Kalamazoo. And Will stands tall. 8:20 to go here in the first period. 2-0 Komets. Tommy Schegler here with you. First of what we hope will be many Komet road games on my TV. Here is Hurd taking it into the slot. And Crowder right in front. Couple chances at Martin, but he is able to hold on to it. Nice little saucer pass from Mitchell Hurd right in front to a streaking Paul Crowder. And you can tell immediately that this second line is going to be something special for the Komets. We already know what the top line has done throughout the year. If a second line can get going with that same kind of efficiency, the Komets are going to become a strong contender. Not that they weren't before, but they're going to become a tough out for any squad with that kind of balance. As Roman Will covers up on a little dribbler that made it into the crease. Parkview Sports Medicine bringing you all of these broadcasts. When an injury knocks you out of the game that you love, call PSM 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine can get you back into action quickly and safely. Going through that process myself right now after tearing my right Achilles. I've been working with Brian Bossier at Parkview Athletic Rehab. He's been doing a fantastic job kind of getting me back upright. Give those guys a call, and we thank them for their support of Comet Hockey. Cody Soul behind his own net. Long pass out to center, taken away by Kovacs. He brings it in. Nice little toe drag around a defender, but then intercepted by C.J. Severyn. He flips it out to center ice, where the K-Wings will try to reestablish an attack. Kaylee Schrock sends it back in deep, played by Urban there. Here's Nagy. Nagy taken off the play by Sidlowski, but K-Wings maintain possession momentarily until Cody Soul comes up with the interception. And here's Sidlowski sending one in, and fighting it off was Martin out into the corner. K's keep it in. Tam sends it down and whips it around the boards. Drew Daniels comes down into the play. Back up top to Faille. Faille almost let it get out, and then covering up Martin on the shot from the point. Another timeout on the ice. 2-0 Komets. You're watching my Komets on my TV.
Parkview Sports Medicine.
Back to action here at Wings Stadium. Tommy Schegler with you. Oh, and a turnover in front. That one got past Will, but was off the mark, sent in by Bloomstrand. Turnover right in the slot. One of the only missteps of this first period for the Komets so far, as they have a 2-0 lead with 6:20, and now a 2-on-1 developing. Fanning on it. Wolf, the post goes Embach. He fanned on the first attempt, got the second one off, and it goes off the post past Joe Martin. But we play on. And here come the K's again. Faille leaving it for Hurd. Hurd leaves it with no one as he fans on it. And here's Fox. Fox over to Taylor. Tries to slip a defender. And Fox sending one in. Nice save. Roman Will squeezing it.
Hey, K-Wings, don't forget the WWE is coming back to Wings and Medicine.
A mention, if needed, obviously, if the series is able to shift back to the Coliseum, the next Komets home game would be Game 6 and 7 in the Coliseum. Game 6 would be Monday at 7:35. Game 7 would be Wednesday, also if needed, at 7:35. From the looks of things right now, perhaps we won't be coming back to Fort Wayne, as the Komets looking solid here in game number 3 and looking to take a stranglehold. If they were able to win tonight, they would have 2 more chances to close this series out in Kalamazoo because of the 2-3-2 format. So next game, game 4, is on Friday night here in the zoo. It's a 7:30 start time, another game that you can catch here on my TV, Fort Wayne. 5:39 left to go first period. Komets up 2-0. Matt Lowry's line out there. That one goes up and over the glass. Was it deflected? No, it was not. That is going to be a delay game penalty on Will Lacasse. So the first power play opportunity for the Wings. And a miscue out of Will Lacasse. Penalty kill has been solid so far, though, for K's. Face-off won by Lowry, but fought for and taken by the Wings. Now they set up shop. This is Blaine over to the franchise. Fox gets it to Bloomstrand. And now Blaine again. He's taken off the play. Martin tries to clear. Instead, it's Schrock. Schrock gets it out to center, loses his stick. Gets it back. Komets get a change. Kennedy coming right down the middle. They try to center to him. Blaine shoots, and a save by Roman Will. Roman Will has looked good so far in net. Shots on goal for Kalamazoo, 7. For the Komets right now, 12. So Komets had the better of that play as well. 5:02 left to go first period. 1:25 left in the delay of game penalty on Will Lacasse of the Komets. Nagy in there, winning that face-off and keeping it here in the Komet zone. Wheeling down is Kovacs, and his centering attempt is intercepted. This is Faille. Faille with Sidlowski. They'll work 2-on-2. He goes to the forehand, and Martin is able to redirect that away with the pad. 1 minute left in the power play for Kalamazoo. Matt Pistilli pestering the K-Wings as they try to bring it out from behind Joel Martin. Now they do so. Trying to get it through center. And leaving it was Urban. Coming back the other way. Martin comes all the way out because C.J. Severyn was getting ready to be all by himself. Pistilli backhands to Sevy. Sevy to the forehand, and that one goes just right of the cage. Pistilli fans on that one, and here comes Kalamazoo. Still 26 remaining on the power play. Correa in the corner. Now they work it, toe drag. One-timer on the way, sails wide of the target. Chelios sends it down in deep. Nagy and Kovacs battling against Michael Tam down there. That one whips around the boards, and Chelios able to keep it in. 2 seconds left on the power play. In front, and fanning on it that time was Nagy. Power play is over. Koss is out of the box. Fatorik sending one in. That one deflected, never got through. Komets still trying to get it out and finally do. Pistilli sending it high up into the sky and all the way to the other end. They get a much needed change. Crowder, Meurs, Hurd out there. Here's Bartow playing it up to Hurd. Hurd tries to saucer a centering feed that's knocked out of the air by Bourbeau. LaFranchise, he loses a handle. Meurs back behind the net, and he loses his grip on it. Taylor comes away with it for Kalamazoo. 2:46 left to go in the first period. 2-0 Komets. Here in Game 3, already a 2-0 series lead. This is Paul Crowder, already an assist on both of the goals tonight. Crowder, a streaking Bartow, was unable to get the pass in. Here's Bartzi in the near side corner. Here comes Kalamazoo. They need a change badly, so Bourbeau just flips it into the Komet zone, but they re-corral and are attacking once again. Faille, and that one is a blocker save from Martin. Bloomstrand had it taken away, picked his pocket, did Mike Embach. He has it, rubbed off the play by a couple of defenders as he comes into the wing zone. Fox comes away with it momentarily, outlets to Bloomstrand. He will send it in deep where Fox will try to play it. Bloomstrand now working around, wheels around and sends one in, knocked down in front, and here's Lacasse. Eric Faille taking it over the blue line, and Martin covering up with 1:33 left to go in the first period. 2-0 Komets. Goals by Garrett Meurs, along with Matt Pistilli. And this is the Lowry, Severyn, and right now Schrocky line out there. And here's Scheidel. Funny carom off the boards. CJ Severyn plays it. He turns and finds Daniels. Plays it along to Schrock. He's taken out from behind by Chelios. Trying to knock it out of the air. Gloving it down is Correa. Scheidel plays it along. Hurd immediately takes it away. Hurd whipping around, trying to find Schrock. It's poked back towards the Komets zone and now taken into the K zone and cleared all the way down, but it's going to come up as an icing with 46 seconds to go in the first period. Game 3 of this series. Komets taking the first two. Pretty convincing fashion, if you ask me. Looked very good in game 1, very physical in game 1. Kind of sent a message right from the beginning of this series that they were not going to be the ones that were pushed around. In front, still loose in front, still loose in front. Roman Will trying to get a stick or something on it. Finally comes out behind the net. 30 seconds to go. Knocked down in front, backhander, big save. Another one-timer sent in wide of the target. Neal will send one down in deep. Keeping it in right there is Fatorik. Bourbeau, a weird angle shot. That one is snuffed out by Will. Kept in right here by Ponich. That one goes high and wide. Glove down and a whistle coming. And we might have a penalty coming up. 5.2 seconds to go here in the first period. May have just been a hand pass. Waiting to get an official word. Yep, hand pass called. So it'll come out of the zone and essentially end the threat for the Wings as they had a nice little push going to end the first. Long drive by Faille and a pad save by Martin. But after 20, the Komets have come out strong, up 2-0. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
On My TV Fort Wayne, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Hey Kurt, you know, you've got a cool ponytail, but it's not playoff ponytails, it's okay. So I've got a prize if you can complete my challenge.
Period moments away from getting underway. Tommy Schegler here with you. We are excited to be bringing you Komet playoff hockey throughout the entire run here on My TV Fort Wayne. All brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. You're a competitive athlete who wants to successfully perform at an ever-increasing level of competition. Call PSM 260-266-4007 to learn more about their performance training programs. Getting ready to start things off. Top line out there for Gary Graham. Patrick Kennedy loses the face-off to Eric Faille, and we're underway here in the second period. Michael Tam. That one is off of LaFranchise and all the way down to the other end. Blaine plays it. And turnover in front. Quick shot and a save. Mike Embach sending one in on Joel Martin. You have to think that Nick Bootlin, along with former Komet Colin Chalk, emphasized to their team in the locker room that they needed to come out strong here in this second period and get back into this game. Second line out there right now. Mitchell Hurd going to take this face off against Bloomstrand. Couple of extra words from linesman Ryan Daisy. And an immediate whistle. And Mitchell Hurd, I believe, is going to head to the box. Taylor went down to the ice. And this might be a 4-minute double minor for a high stick. I believe it's going to be 4 minutes. Yep, 4 minutes to Mitchell Hurd. Stick got up a little bit too high on Justin Taylor, so a good way to start the second period for Kalamazoo. They will get a 4-minute power play opportunity. Jurgo Nagy set to face it off against Matt Lowry. Correa out there as well. Comes out to Urban. Bouncing puck set in wide, and the Komets have something going. Lead pass up ahead. Schrocky just a little too far ahead of Kaylee Schrock. And now Schrock settles in on the forecheck. Backs off. Early portions of the second period, Komets up 2-0, but a double minor penalty. And that one sails out of the zone. Komets will get a change. And here's CJ Severyn. Important penalty kill for the Komets, trying to keep their momentum from the first period going. This is Urban, and that one gets up into the Kalamazoo bench. And we'll get another face-off. Bloomstrand out on the ice. He was the leading goal scorer for Kalamazoo in the regular season. Kennedy and Fox join him. Blaine and LaFranchise. It'll be Blaine to carry it in. Leaves it for Bloomstrand, taken away. Komets have something going. This is Severyn. One-on-one move with LaFranchise. He'll hold it up, center it in, and taken away by Bloomstrand. Running it down is Kennedy, and that one is deflected up and out of play.
That's an RCB International puck out play. If you call that puck out,
Kalamazoo lobbying for that one to be a delay game, but deflected up and out. 18:23 left to go in the second period. 2-0 Komets. But it is Kalamazoo in the middle of a long power play opportunity, 4-minute variety, after a 4-minute high sticking called on Mitchell Hurd. This is Faille. Faille tries to send it in deep. It's deflected back to him, now to Michael Tam, and over to Sidlowski. They play keep away. Drew Daniels now. Over to Tam. Tam will send it all the way down to the other end. And Faille shot, and that one goes wide. The quick wheels of Eric Faille displayed there. He'll head off the ice now. Mike Embach comes out along with Paul Crowder. Will Lacasse. Wholesale changes for the K's. Half of the 4-minute penalty has gone by to Hurd. Bloomstrand carries it in to LaFranchise. Poked away momentarily, gets down into the corner. Soul turns on it and sends it all the way down. So far, the Komets looking very good on the kill. Martin plays it to his defenseman, and that one intercepted by Crowder in neutral. They'll go backwards to Lacasse. Another game of keep away. Lacasse off the boards to Crowder. Crowder, his pass is intercepted. Nagy brings it in. That one poked away by Soul. Back to Nagy. Fox will send one in. Pad save goes off into the near side corner. Bouncing puck all the way out to center. 1:10 left on the power play. Playing it along the boards is Nagy. Soul tracks it down, plays it high off the glass, and clears once again. Under a minute to go. Only one shot on goal in this 4-minute long penalty to Mitchell Hurd. Taking off the play is Kovacs. And here's Correa. Correa up top to Urban. He sends one in. Deflected in front, saved by Martin. It's chipped up into the air and left to go in the man advantage. 16 minutes left to go in the second period. Another rush by Kalamazoo. Fatorik sends it over. That one centered in front. Chipped up into the glass. Correa gains possession. Now out to the point to Urban. Winding and firing. That one knocked down in front. Centering feed. Poked away and out. And that will bring an end to the 4-minute power play. And Hurd just out of the box. He centers in front. That one goes off of the posts. Pistilli on the doorstep, had an open net and is unable to send it home. Here's Daniels with speed up the left side. Tracks it down behind the net. In front, Sidlowski sending one in. It goes out into the corner. Nice save, Martin. Komets with it. Cycle begins. Sending it over to Tam. Tam marches down the wall and sends a wrister in. That one's directed into the corner. Faille, another one. That goes off the leg of Ponic and into the corner. And the K-Wings finally able to clear the zone with 14:45 left to go in the second period. 2-0 Komets. A huge kill for the K's. 4-minute long power play, and really not much to show for it for Kalamazoo. Crowder, Hurd, and Meurs out there now as the lines shuffle after the long penalty kill opportunity. That one goes out of play, and we'll do it all over again. It'll come out of the wing zone. Nope, they talk about it, and it will come back into the wing zone. Coming out onto the ice, the line of Komets, as well as Bloomstrand, Nagy in there as well for Kalamazoo. Komets will counter with the same line that was out there moments ago. Crowder, Meurs, and Hurd. Nagy plays it off far side. Played off the wall into center is Bloomstrand. He tries to slip the defender, Ian Bartow. He takes him off the play nicely. Cut off by Nagy and out to the point. That one sent in front. Big save by Will. And that one goes off the side of the cage and out to center. .14 minutes left to go in the second period. 2-0 Komets here in game number 3. Komets with a 2-0 series lead. This is the first of possible 3 straight games in Kalamazoo. Blocker save goes high off the glass from Will and is in the near side corner. Centering feed deflected out to the wall. And the Komets have an odd man rush going. Winding and firing is Schrock, and a rebound in front. Another save, Martin. Well, extra words exchanged after the whistle, and we got a timeout on the ice. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine and airing exclusively on My TV Fort Wayne.
We got playoff beer. It's right here. Look at it. Yeah,
2-0 Komets second period here in Kalamazoo. It's the beginning of a big week here on My TV Fort Wayne, bringing you all the Komet Road playoff games. Game 4, Friday night at 7:30. Game 5 on Saturday, if needed, will also be a 7:30 start. Don't miss My Komets on My TV, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Tommy Schegler here with you. And what has been a good Game 3 for the K's so far, up 2-0 on the home Kalamazoo K-Wings. That one flipped up on the far side. Urban tries to send one in, blocked down by Soul. Here's Lowry. Lowry to Schrock. Schrock, wrister, and that one is squeezed by Martin. Face off once again. Komets appear to be finding openings and having more space than they had for most of the games in the second half of the season up here in Kalamazoo. Widely publicized the losing streak that they had going into this game tonight up here in this building, 5 in a row to end the regular season. And there was definitely some question whether or not they could be successful on the smaller ice surface here in Kalamazoo against this team so far through the first nearly half of the game. Weird angled shot, never gets through. K-Wings still have it. Blaine after the saucer pass over to Fox, and he scores. Dane Fox continues to kill the Komets up here in Kalamazoo. Had a hat trick in the final game of the regular season that was played here between the two teams. Roman Will never really saw that one. All kinds of traffic in front. Blaine made the smart play, waited just enough time, and Fox, through the screen in front, is able to put it past Roman Will, the first goal he's given up in quite some time. One-timer on the way, goes wide of the mark. And here's Kennedy. Kennedy has Scheidel. Now Fox again. He centers, and it goes behind a streaking LaFranchise. And now here's Sean Sidlowski. Sidlowski looking for help. That goes off a skate, and here come the Wings. Fox back out there again. Puts on the brakes. Scheidel sends one wide of the mark. Wide open play after the goal by the Wings. 12:05 left to go in the second period. Now 2-1. Komets with the advantage. But things have gotten interesting all of a sudden. Neal sends one in. Diving and covering up is Will. James Martin and Neal getting into it. Bourbeau was involved in the initial hit behind Roman Will. And Martin will head to the box. I believe Neal will as well. To wait and see. Yep. Neal will take a seat. So we'll play 4-on-4 here. Will Lacoste comes out with Cody Soul. Paul Crowder out there with Matt Pistilli. And Kalamazoo will counter with Bourbeau, as well as Taylor. Crowder wins the best of that face-off. And Pistilli on the half wall. Looks to get through the forecheck. Will Lacoste backpedaling and gets it over to Soul. Now behind the net, back to Lacoste, back to Soul. And the Komets get through it. Crowder tries to split the D, taken to his knees, taken off the play nicely. Ponich out there. Backhander in from Taylor on Will, and Will a little upset at the extra poke that Taylor gave as he went by. Minute and 21 left on the two roughing penalties to James Martin and Michael Neal. 4-on-4 play continuing. Just over 11 minutes remain here in the second period from Kalamazoo. 2-1 Komets. Thanks for joining us here for another edition of Komet Hockey Playoff Variety. First ever playoff game here on MyTV Fort Wayne, so a lot to be excited about, especially the scoreboard at this point in favor of the Komets. Chelios thought about the shot and sent one to the near side. Drew Daniels takes the pass away. It's taken down underneath. Comet crowd wants a tripping call. Frederick LeBlanc, the referee, says, I don't think so. Urban off the side of the netting. And here's Hurd. Hurd's got Severyn, the center. He tries to center it, and missing it is Severyn. Turnover. Here's Sevy. High slot sent in. That one's knocked down by Chelios, and then he pokes it out. Nice play there by Chelios. Son, of course, of Chris Chelios, the legendary NHL player who I was just told during the intermission is in the house here tonight somewhere. Haven't spotted him yet, but is here. LaFranchise to Fox. Big save by Will and covering up. Roman Will. Kalamazoo definitely with some extra activity in front of Will after the whistles that the Komets are not looking at favorably. 3 seconds remain on the 2 roughing penalties. And James Martin and Neal will be able to come out after that. But before they're able to do that, we've got to step away.
Back to My Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Back to live action here in Kalamazoo. Komets on the rush. Centering, Cody Soul tracking it down on the far side. Just got a official score change on the goal from Kalamazoo. Lane Scheidel now is credited with the goal. We mentioned that there was a crowd in front and that Roman Will was screened. Official score is saying that Scheidel got a stick on that and redirected it in front. So Fox not credited with the goal, instead an assist. And Lane Scheidel gets the goal for Kalamazoo. Either way, we still stand at 2-1 Komets midway through the second period. This is Mitchell Hurd, fresh back into the lineup. Pistilli, that one is high up off the glass. Ian Bartow now with it at center. Over to James Martin. Martin's pass is deflected off the stick of Pistilli, and K-Wings come away with it. Now it's fought for here on the near side. Bartow going to whip around and send it in deep. Martin will come out of his net and play things, and the Komets will get a change as Kalamazoo comes out. That pass off the mark and turns into a turnover. Kalamazoo will get a change. Severyn has trouble playing it on the boards, flips it up over the net. Centering feed in front, Lowry one-timer and a save by Martin. Prime opportunity on the doorstep for Matt Lowry, and that time unable to cash as Martin comes up with a big save. Meurs now with some speed. He sends a wrister that's deflected by Ponich and up and out of play. 8:22 left to go in the second period. Komets up 2-1. Parkview Sports Medicine bringing you another edition of Komet Hockey here on My TV Fort Wayne. Do want to remind you, the game just isn't the same without you. Call Parkview Sports Medicine 260-266-4007. When pain or injury strikes, make their team of expert physicians your dream team. Parkview Sports Medicine, been the title sponsor of our games here on My TV for both of the years that we have gone on this endeavor. We thank them for all of their support. And this is Eric Faille. Faille, one-on-one move. Centers, no one's home. And coming away with it the other way is Blaine. He's got Kennedy streaking down on a hard net drive. That one's intercepted by Daniels. Daniels' outlet is flipped up into the air and out to center. Embach puts on a hard check at center on Scheidel. Whipped around the boards here in the K zone. Here's Blaine all alone, thought about it. Now an outlet pass, and that one goes off the side of the netting. Good look by Blaine on a cutting Scheidel, and he was unable to cash in. Poked away. Komets getting a little sloppy in the last several minutes. They keep it on side there. Here's Hurd. Faille flipped up into the air. Scheidel is able to clear. That one, the lob pass, down in. Martin comes away with it, and here's Pistilli. Pistilli with Faille. And here is Chelios. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the second. Still 2-1 Komets. And that one flipped up and out of play. That will bring our last media timeout of the second period. 2-1 Komets. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
My Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Tommy Schegler with you here from Kalamazoo, and an icing right after the face-off. So we'll do everything over again, but come down to the Kalamazoo zone to do so. 2-1 Komets. Right now, shots 24-19. Pistilli with a prime opportunity from the slot, and that shot goes wide. In front, looking to pass it is Hurd. Hurd over to Pistilli, redirected wide. Bourbeau taken out by Martin. Pistilli plays it to Barteau. Pistol and a big hit put on Bourbeau on Pistol after that pass. But Pistilli back with it. Now to Crowder. Backhands to Hurd. He sends one in. Rebound in front, taken away by the Wings. And they got an odd man rush going. Here's Bloomstrand. Bloomstrand over, and that one goes high and wide past Roman Will. Correa unable. It's hard to tell. I believe that Will got a piece of that, which sent it up over the crossbar. Take a look at the replay here in the arena. Get a better look at it. And yes, looks like it was Roman Will able to get a piece of that, denying Matt Correa on what would have been a game-tying goal. So it stays 2-1 Komets with just under 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Here's Eric Faille for the K's. Finds Drew Daniels. Daniels to neutral. Oh, and taken down is Eric Faille. Embach now unable to re-corral. Coming down is LaFranchise. LaFranchise taken out nicely behind Roman Will. And that one trickles out of the zone. Definitely a lot more quality chances right now for Kalamazoo than they saw in the first 20 minutes for sure. That one turned over by the Komets again. No harm, no foul as they get it out of the zone. And offside's going to be called on the Wings. Mentioned during the first intermission. Programming note for this week's Sound Off with the Komets. If the series goes to a 6th game, then Game 6 is going to be on Monday night in the Coliseum, which means no Sound Off with the K's. If the series wraps up this week, however, then the legend Bob Chase will be our guest on the show from the Sport One Parkview Ice House. Show starts at 7:30 on Monday. Come on out, see Chaser. So much fun. Kovacs gets around Cody Soul. Soul taken out behind the net. It comes right to him as he gets back up. Kovacs back up to the point. Over to Urban off the wall. Sends one in, and a nice glove save by Will. .4:28 left to go in the second period. 2-1 it remains. Komets in front of Kalamazoo. Tommy Schegler here with you, bringing you playoff road hockey from the Komets. We will have a post-game report on 21 Alive tonight. Only local station here in Kalamazoo covering the Komets. That one flipped up and out of play.
That's an RSVP International puck out of play.
Deflected, though.
If you got that puck, take it to Meyer Guest Relations for a fabulous
We'll do the face-off all over again. It will be Taylor and Crowder. Shots 26-23 have all of a sudden gotten pretty tight for Bo. Over to Neal. They try to work the cycle. And that one taken away. Possible opportunity, but Fatorik wins the foot race and is able to backhand it back into center. Pistilli comes away with it. Crowder now. And that pass intercepted. Quickly, the Wings counter and get right back to the attack. Bourbeau here on the near side can't track it down. It comes all the way out to Ponich, who backpedals and waits. Shove it along. Taylor will out of his net to play it to Hurd. Hurd has it go off of a foot. Neal comes away with it, and it goes back to Bartow as both teams having some trouble getting anything fluid going right now. Pistilli brings it in. Comes to the middle. That one's sent in. Pad save by Martin. LaFranchise. Big save, Will. Off of his shoulder. And here's Daniels. Back and forth we go to Embach. Embach deflected over into the corner. Embach, one-timer fanned on. Did get to Martin as he knocks it out of the air, but it was a fluttering kind of knuckle puck. And here's Correa. He's taken off the play. And here's Faille. Faille's got Sidlowski over to Sid. Sid waits, tries to center, in front, poked away by Martin. Daniels sends it back in, and it goes out into the corner. Komets with a good shift going right now. Michael Tam. That one a blocker save. Another opportunity on the near side. Taken off the netting by Faille. And that puck is taken away. And tracking it down is LaFranchise. And finally able to clear are the Wings. This is Correa. He's got Fox in the middle as well as Scheidel. This is Scheidel with it. He loses an edge. Here come the K's the other way. Severyn takes a big hit. 1:48 left to go here in the second period. Komets still up 2-1 in this game 3, up 2-0 in the series. Severyn finds himself all alone. Sends one in, and hanging on is Joel Martin. Some face washing going on after the play. Sevy ever the agitator. A couple of extra pokes at Martin after that shot. You have to make the argument that that's been happening on the other end for the majority of this second period. Severyn lost his stick and his helmet during that skirmish. So both teams will get a change. We'll get ready for face-off here. Severyn comes back out after heading to the bench momentarily, so he's out there with his normal mates of Lowry and Meurs. Face-off coming, and won by Bloomstrand momentarily, but the Komets send it back in. And Here comes the breakout. Chipped along. Cody Soul going to take a big hack at it. And he's taken down behind the play. Bourbeau and Will, the nice save. Bourbeau took Cody Soul out and then came in front. Tried to redirect. Severyn getting into it with Neal once again. Sevy's going to head to the box as he took a strong right across Neal's jaw. Only question at this point is Neal going to join him. No, right now no one's going. I'll be shocked if Sevy doesn't get something here. But he's headed over to the bench, so Kay's definitely dodging a bit of a bullet as CJ Severyn definitely kind of came in there and threw a punch. No harm, no foul. Playoff hockey, baby. .112 left to go here in the second period. 2-1 Komets. Goals in the first period by Pistilli and Meurs. Komets were up 2-0. And then here in the second period, Kalamazoo battling back. Lane Scheidel getting a redirect in front of Roman Will that ends his long shutout streak. One minute remaining. Here comes the breakout from the wings. Misplayed through neutral. Komets will dig it out of the corner. Actually winning that battle are the wings. Bloomstrand turns, tries to fire it deep, intercepted by James Martin. Here come the K's. Martin checks the clock as he comes through neutral, over to Hurd. Hurd centering feed, nobody home. Komets need to get back. Correa in the middle. Saucer in the middle. Blaine couldn't handle it. Comes to the far side corner. 22 left in the period. Bartow thinks about it, plays it off the wall, and that will be an icing. Parkview Sports Medicine bringing you Komet hockey here in the playoffs from Kalamazoo. This is the beginning of a big week here on my TV Fort Wayne. Definitely have at least one more game. That would be Friday night in Game 4. 7:30 is the start time here on my TV. And then if needed, Game 5 also up here in Kalamazoo. That'll be Saturday night at 7:30. See how it goes. Paul Crowder at the blue line, able to clear. 10 seconds left. Faille. It's got Pistilli. Pistilli trying to get it back over to Faille, and it's poked away nicely by the Zoo, and that will basically bring the end to the second period. 2-1. Komets lead it after 2. Neal and Pistilli, a couple extra words after the whistle. Frederick LeBlanc says, get out of here, head to your rooms. We'll see you in about 18 minutes. 2-1 after 2, Komets in front. You're watching my Komets on my TV.
Way, presented by Parkview Sports Medicine. (30-25), Kalamazoo down to the Komets at this point. Mitchell Hurd, so the penalty kill has been big for the Komets. And we will have to see what transpires over this final 20 minutes. Komets up 2-0 in the series. If they can hang on, they will take a commanding 3-0 lead. So power play time for the Komets to start things out. And here comes Mike Embach with the fresh sheet of ice and an offsides. Eric Faille got over the line a little too quickly.
like to thank our title sponsor once again, Parkview Sports Medicine, for enabling us to bring you all this Comet Road playoff hockey. Parkview Sports Medicine provides performance and fitness training, advanced rehabilitation services, and nutrition consultations to sports enthusiasts at all levels. You can learn more by calling PSM at 260-266-4007. Martin whips one all the way down the ice. Minute and 20 left to go on the man advantage for the Komets. Here is Drew Daniels, right up the gut. Big wind and fire, whips around the boards to the far side. Urban is there. He reverses it, and able to clear are the Wings. Bounce off the backboards. Will coming out to play that. Whips it around the far side. And here are the Komets. Not much to show for things so far, more than halfway through this power play. Opening moments of the third period here from Kalamazoo. Been a quiet building most of the night. Mitchell Hurd right through the defense. A pass, and that one goes wide. Hurd had split the defense. Probably could have taken that himself. And played with a high stick by the Komets, so the face-off will come down to the K's end. Boy, you see the moves there by Mitchell Hurd that we saw early on in this season. Spent the rest of the year up in Lake Erie. This is his first game back with the Komets. Kind of walked in that time on Joel Martin and then tried to get it over to Pistilli, who couldn't connect on the redirect. He's Ian Bartow sending one around the boards. Comes all the way out to Hurd. Hurd at the point position, walking in. One-timer by Martin. That one's deflected in front, still loose. Out to Bartow. He sends it back in. That one goes wide. Pinching down is Martin to keep it in. Still 15 seconds on the man advantage. Bartow again. That one off of the side of Taylor and out. Power play just expiring. Back at even strength. Hurd, though, still with it, battling against two defenders. Finally taken off the play. Pistilli puts a check in. Here's Hurd. Back to Crowder. Crowder walks in front, loses it, and clearing it are the Wings. Cody Soul on his horse with Nagy stalking him. Here's Hurd, sending one down into the corner. Cody Soul, the big guy, lumbering in. Meurs takes it away. Meurs backhands it down in low. CJ Severyn now. Lowry. Back up to Lacoste, and they send it back in deep. Meurs half wall, tries to backhand it out to the point, taken away, and here's Correa. Correa off the leg of Nagy, and Lacoste comes away with it. Here's Meurs, got Sevy, tried to leave it for Sevy, poked away. Komets still with it, however. Urban checks the situation, plays it to Bloomstrand. And now Nagy with it. Nagy carries it in, tries to get around Michael Tam. Correa in the corner against Tam. Embach also in there, and Lowry finally comes away with it. Fights off Correa, retreats back behind the net, and here he comes. That one intercepted by Ponich. 16:23 left to go in the game. Komets up 2-1 here in Game 3 from Kalamazoo. Tam will look it over. Long outlet pass, Sidlowski couldn't handle it, and it'll be icing down on the other end. Hope you're enjoying this game at home, especially if you're watching it at the official watch zone of Comet Road Hockey on my TV. That is Jefferson Point's Tilted Kilt. Going out to the Kilt for all of your Comet Road playoff action. You can win a pair of tickets to a Komets home game, discounts for game days. Official watch zone of Comet Road playoff hockey is the Tilted Kilt in Jefferson Point. If you're there tonight, hope you're having a good time. All right, here is, and that one is flipped up out of play. Daniels got a stick on it as they were trying to get it to Dane Fox. Get another another face-off. Gary Graham rolling the lines pretty quickly right now. Crowder line comes back out there. Go up against Taylor, Neal, and Bourbeau. Face-off at center. That one is won by Bourbeau. Chipped along and in. Fought for on the near side. Goes around Hurd. Fanning on it is Crowder. Hurd picks it up. Carries the biscuit along. And Bartow sends it in on Martin, who has to cover up. Not a lot of flow here early on in the third since the power play for the Komets expired. A lot of face-offs. Komets are cool with whatever, as long as it involves more time clicking off the clock, as they hold the 2-1 lead right now. Bourbeau headed back to the locker room. Did not see what happened to him, but he is off the ice, and following him is the trainer for Kalamazoo. We'll have to watch and see if the captain for the Wings comes back out of the room or if he's done for the night. That would be a big blow, as he is an emotional leader for Kalamazoo, no doubt about that. Approaching the 15-minute mark, left to go in the game. Pistilli carries it in. Pistilli steps on the brakes and then taken away by Taylor. Hurd runs him off the play, and we are going to have a slashing call on Pistilli. Pistilli will head to the box. Power play opportunity for Kalamazoo. A big one, as they need a goal to tie this thing up. Remember, a little bit later on tonight over on 21 Alive, we will have post-game reaction from this Game 3. Only local station in the market up here covering Comet Road hockey. So tune in to your home for the Komets, 21 Alive, for that report tonight at 11. Power play time for Kalamazoo. Centering feed, nobody home. Blaine comes away with it. He tries to center, poked away by Lacasse. Schrocky tracks it down on the wall and sends it the length of the ice.
Number 36, Matthew Pistilli, 2 minutes for tripping at the 4:53 mark of the third period. That's 2 minutes tripping. Number 36.
2 minutes tripping for Matt Pistilli. I believe I said slashing, my apologies. Either way, power play going on for Kalamazoo. Bloomstrand just walks through the defense, and we got another penalty coming up. That is a slash, and that one is going to go against Kalamazoo. So they blow their chance at the power play, and headed in, I believe, is Kennedy. Yep, Kennedy will head to the box, so we'll go 4-on-4. No more power play for Kalamazoo. Missed opportunity for them as they had the man advantage, but instead it's Patrick Kennedy getting called for the slash. That is a big moment in this game, as Kalamazoo definitely just needs anything to try to get some momentum going and get that goal to tie this thing up. So 4-on-4 play now. Sidlowski and Faille out there for the Komets. Tam and Daniels, the defensive pairing. Scheidel with some space and some speed, carrying it in, and then he loses the handle as he comes across the blue line. Played into the corner. Here's Faille coming away with it. 3-on-2 developing for the Komets. Here's Sidlowski and an offside call. A little choppy from a play perspective here in the third period. Not a lot of flow so far. Not a lot of home ice advantage for Kalamazoo in this one. You figured that this barn would be kind of electric and Kalamazoo would be able to feed off of that. They really haven't had the benefit of a legit home crowd tonight. A lot of Comet fans here. Not a great crowd for Kalamazoo. I think it affected them in the first period. Didn't come out with the kind of energy that I know the Komets and pretty much everybody expected. Komets able to take advantage by taking the 2-0 lead. This is Crowder. Crowder's got a streaking Bartow, and that one comes up with a big save as Martin. As Bartow was able to redirect it off the centering feed, but Martin comes up with a great save. Komets still with it, losing his stick was Embach, and they chase back after it the other way. And a glove save by Will. The offering coming from Chelios. Big save there. Just 6 seconds remain on the Matt Pistilli penalty, so there'll be about 35 seconds of power play opportunity.
Fuse Sports Medicine.
Faille coming in on Martin. Big save directed off into the corner. Power play opportunity for the Komets for the next 20 seconds right now on the back end of the slashing call to Kennedy. 12:43 left to go in the game. Komets on the man advantage for this last rush. Ponic sends it along in the corner. Fatoric is able to get it out of there, and Kennedy is now out of the box. Teams at even strength. Scheidel pays for it in the corner. Big hit by Embach. That one's sent in from the point. Traffic in front, loose. Good traffic in front of Roman Will that time. That shot goes wide. Trying to sneak it in the short side with Scheidel. Lost the handle. Back come the Komets. Sidlowski will just flip it along. K's get a change behind play. 11:50 to go in the game. Will Lacoste with it now. Unable to connect on the pass, so we get an icing. We'll come all the way back down. 11:40 to go. 2-1 Komets with the advantage. Some good opportunities for both sides here in the first 9 or so minutes of the third period. So far, the goalies have settled in. 34 shots for the Komets, 26 for Kalamazoo. This is Lowry. Rister on the way, save Martin. Now Hurd with it. Hurd walks in on Martin in front, and he lost the handle as he came in front. Comes back down to the other end. Roman Will has to play it. Off the boards. And back come the wings. Bloomstrand. That one high. Centering feed in front. Poked away by Soul into the corner. That one comes out in front. Gloves it down as Pistilli. Now to Hurd. Hurd shot on and hanging on is Martin. 10:49 left to go now. Still 2-1 Komets. Parkview Sports Medicine bringing you this edition of Komet Road Hockey. Are you a competitive athlete who wants to successfully perform at an ever-increasing level of competition? Just call PSM 260-266-4007 to learn more about their performance training programs. Tommy Schegler here with you in Kalamazoo. We are in the third period. Komets up 2-0 in this game after the first, up 2-1 after the second, and that is where we stand. K's still hanging on to a 1-goal lead. Ian Bartow battles with Neal. Comes to the far side. Martin centers it along. Taken away by Fatoric, and now Taylor with it. Taylor fights in the corner with Bartow. Picking it out of there is Lowry, and they lob it along to center. This is Lowry back with it. Pad save Martin off the offering from Lowry. Kaylee Schrock with it now. Here's Severyn. Severyn, wraparound attempt in front, and still loose. And referee Frederick LeBlanc says no, it was loose in front on the wraparound attempt by Severyn. Martin didn't see it at first. No goal. That was close. Replay going on here on the video board in the arena. And Severyn sent it around. It went 5-hole behind Martin, then he reached around with the glove hand and was able to stop it. It did get through, but savvy veteran Joel Martin able to reach around, save it at the last moment before it crossed the line. There's Faille and Kennedy going at it again. That one won too cleanly by Faille. Bounces out. Drew Daniels, the defenseman, has it taken away by Fox. Fox right around Daniels into the corner. Tam. Komets come away with it. Sidlowski up the right side. Sends it towards the net. Faille tried to redirect. Now behind the cage. Kennedy reverses field to LaFranchise. Off the wall to Blaine. Blaine off of Embach's skate, which allows him to direct it over to his defenseman. Now battled for on the far side. Centering feed, intercepted by Embach. He's got Sidlowski on his right. Taken off the play. Long pass to Kennedy. Kennedy's got help with shot out. Lines and fires. Pad save, Will. Taken away by Fox. Fox and Urban sends one in. Hanging on is Will, and once again Roman Will not pleased with the extra pokes after the whistle. We have a timeout on the ice. Still 2-1. Komets 9:08 left to go in the game. You're watching my Komets on my TV.
By Parkview Sports Medicine.
Back to live action here at Wings Stadium. Face-off won by the K-Wings, sent in behind Roman Will, and the Komets are able to clear it out to center. Urban playing with it now. Gets it far side to Correa. He'll send it cross corner and in deep. Flying out, Garrett Meurs takes one from Chelios. Meurs not liking that, gets up fighting. Crowder comes away with it. Bloomstrand and Crowder fighting with it as they carry it into the wing zone. Meurs back down into the play. Crowder able to poke it away. Chelios, though, comes away with the puck. And after the Komets get a change, they're able to come back out. Will sent out, rebound in front, still loose, and it squirts all the way out to center. He was trying to hang on that one. Schrock on his horse past Ponich. Coming away with that one is Severyn. Reverses field in the corner. Now behind the cage. In front, Schrock battles for it, and it directs over into the corner. That one in on Martin, and he's hanging on. Schrock trying to get down into those dirty areas that they talk about, get one of those greasy playoff goals. Joel Martin, the veteran, there to stand up in the crease and deny Schrocky. So we remain at 2-1. Komets with 7:57 left to go in the game. Top line back out there for the K's. And Mitchell Hurd joining them. Backhander in, glove by Martin. Kind of a floating backhander by Mitchell Hurd. Right now, Eric Faille, Sean Sidlowski, and Mitchell Hurd out there. Daniels, Michael Tam joining. One-timer off of the faceoff, blocked in front. Poked away by Bourbeau, who has just come out of the locker room during that last timeout and is on the ice. It's redirected in front. Big save, Will! Huge pad save off the redirection in front. The youngster is there to make the save. His 29th of the night. 7:27 to go left in the game. Komets still with a 2-1 lead. Glove save by Will, and we'll get another face-off. Game 4 coming up here on my TV on Friday night. Will the Komets have a 3-0 lead, or will it be 2-1? That will be decided over the next 7 minutes. Face-off still fought for. Running it down is Ian Bartow. He'll float one in. That goes off the linesman, Ryan Daisy. Back out to center, where Severyn gains possession and whips it down behind the net. Matt Pistilli beats Ponich to the punch in the corner. Crowder back to Pistilli. Centering feed in front, C.J. Severyn, and he never got a shot off. Poked away nicely. Kind of lost the handle on it at the same time. Nice couple passes there by Pistilli and Crowder to lead to an open look in front for Severyn. But nothing comes of it. And offsides. Last media timeout before we wrap this thing up. It's still 2-1 K's. You're watching My Komets on my TV.
Komets Hockey on My TV Fort Wayne. Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here to Kalamazoo. Tommy Schegler with you, Matt Correa, Kaylee Schrock getting into it a little bit before the face-off. Linesmen work it out, and we get back to live action. 2-1 Komets. Final 6 minutes of this game. Mike Embach able to hit that out of the air, get it to the near side board. Good pass by the K's. Get it back to the defenseman and try to start working their way through the forecheck of Kalamazoo. There's Soul sending one in. Here's Correa. Correa, a little bit of space. He carries it over, but he's rubbed off the play. Soul comes away with it, plays it off the boards and out. Kaylee Schrock fights for it, backhands it deep. Quick change for the Komets. There's Eric Faille working on Nagy, trying to just hound the K-Wings all the way up the ice. Nothing easy right now. We're approaching the 5-minute mark left in the game. So important for both teams. Series at 2-0. Komets with the advantage. Big bounce off of the boards. Almost came out in front of Martin. Michael Tam whips it back in. Komets have definitely gone back into a more prevent zone. Got that neutral zone trap going. Make sure that they don't give up anything easy. But this is Neal with a little bit of space. And a rebound set in. Good save by Will, but a big, fat, juicy rebound was out in front. No one was there for the Wings. Directed into the K zone by Bourbeau. Big hit on the far side by Justin Taylor of the K-Wings. That keeps it in. Now they fight for it behind the cage. Out to the point, Fatorik to Neal. One-timer sent in front, and that one is directed behind the net by Paul Crowder. He now fights with Bloomstrand. Now Neal with 2 Ks on him. James Martin fighting behind the net. Komets come away with it. 4 minutes exactly left to go in the game. Still 2-1 Komets. Severyn over to Martin, who sends it in deep. Crowder sends in a body. Big slap shot, and fighting it off is Martin. Rebound in front, and that one's blocked down by Ponich. Lacoste still with it. Pistilli sending one in front, and hanging on is Martin. Couple of nice opportunities for the Komets. Pistilli, a big drive, and fighting it off, Joel Martin. Ponich giving up the body because Lacasse had an open net as well off that rebound. His shot never got through, however. .333 left to go in the game. 2-1 Komets. Face-off coming in the wing zone. Lowry loses that one. Sent off into the corner. Scheidel now. Coming up the right side. Sends it in. It whips around. Fox is on the other end. Trying to get something going. Daniels sends it around over to Michael Tam. Tam up the near side to Embach. He helps it along. Trying to glove it down as Tam, and then he redirects it all the way deep behind Joel Martin, who comes out and plays it. 3 minutes left to go. Outlet pass, a deep one. And here's Scheidel carrying it in, trying to work around a defender. Martin takes care of him nicely. And here's Hurd. Hurd comes to neutral, weaves his way through, now flips it in. Hurd, turnover in the wing zone, sends it in front, still loose, chopping at it was Faille, and it comes out behind the cage. Correa now to Bloomstrand, leading goal scorer. He goes through his legs around the back, centers in front, and Nagy plays it off into the corner. Correa. Here's Correa trying to center. Sidlowski takes that away, and the Komets are unable to clear as Correa pokes it away. 2 minutes left to go in the game. Still 2-1 Komets. Trying to hang on to this goal lead, and offsides as Correa couldn't get over the line before Nagy brought it in. 1 minute, 58 seconds to go. Remember, this is Game 3, Game 4, Friday night, here in the same building, also on MyTV Fort Wayne, 7:30 start time. Game 5, if needed, will be Saturday night, also 7:30. All these broadcasts of Komet playoff hockey here on MyTV, brought to you by Parkview Sports Medicine. Tommy Schegler here with you. Komets trying to take a 3-0 lead. Minute and 45 away from doing so. Up 2-1. But Kalamazoo coming hard. We'll have to watch Joel Martin in his situation, as he has not come out yet. And that one will be an icing with 1 minute and 30 to go. Kalamazoo putting on a furious flurry as Dane Fox now heads off the ice and into the locker room. And a timeout called by Nick Bootland. Talk things over. It's a little bit of miscommunication there because they had 6 men on the ice, but Martin was still out there as well. Final minute and 30. Both coaches taking the time, go over things. As the Komets trying to hold on to this 2-1 lead. Roman Will once again has been fantastic in the net for the Komets, saving 30 of the 31 shots that the K-Wings have sent his way. 41 shots now for the Komets. They're up over the 40 shot mark. All right. We will keep an eye on what Nick Bootland drew up in the timeout. It involved pulling his netminder, Joel Martin. So an extra man on for Kalamazoo with the empty net. Taylor will face it off against Paul Crowder. That one a 50-50 comes out to the point. Back around, Bloomstrand sending a wrister in, deflected nicely by Severyn, and now Pistilli. Pistilli backhands it and scores! And the minimal K-Wing crowd that is here in Kalamazoo is sent for the tunnels as the Komets take a 3-1 lead in this game with 1 minute and 18 seconds to go. Matt Pistilli, his second goal of the night. And that should just about do it. Komets on the brink of taking a 3-0 series lead. On the flip side, the Komet fans in the house, which there are quite a few, loving every second of it. Here's LaFranchise. Taken out by Ian Bartow nicely as he comes across the blue line. Goal is still empty for the K-Wings. They still have the extra man out there. Komets being ultra aggressive as we're now at the 50-second mark. Taylor. Nagy now. Weird angled shot comes to the near side. Bloomstrand keeps it in. Half wall over to Blaine. That one deflected out. Faille with it. Up ahead to Embach. Embach looks, finds Sidlowski, a little too long for him. He sends in a weird angled shot that's knocked down. 22 seconds left to go. Martin unable to play it at the blue line. Nagy runs it down, leaves for Bloomstrand. Now up top, Urban. He sends one in that's saved by Will with 7.3 seconds left to go. Komets are going to take a 3-0 series lead. And we will head to Friday night. And the Komets will look to get out the brooms. One last face-off, it'll be Hurd. He wins that one cleanly. Lacasse tries to clear, unable to do so. Centered in front, and the time runs out. 3-1, your final. The Komets take a commanding 3-0 lead in this best-of-7 series. We're back to wrap it up right after this. You're watching My Komets on My TV.
You're watching My Komets on My TV.
Presented by Parkview Sports Medicine and airing exclusively on My TV Fort Wayne.
Back here at Wing Stadium, final score, Komets 3, Kalamazoo 1. Komets take a 3-0 lead in this series against rival Kalamazoo. Big night for Matt Pistilli, gets 2 goals. Garrett Meurs tallies a goal as well. Perhaps an even bigger night for the rookie Roman Will in between the pipes. 31 saves on 32 shots. Looked fantastic out there, gave this large contingent of Komet fans in the house a huge round of applause as he came off the ice. Cody Soul doing the same thing, and so that sets up Friday night here on My TV. Komets will look for the sweep. 7:30 is the start time. Ken Horman will be on the call. If for some reason there is a 5th game needed, it will also be on My TV as we are doing all the road playoff games. Game 5 Saturday night at 7:30. I'll be back up here for that one if needed. And of course, if the K's, I should say, are able to wrap up the series this week, there will be a sound off with the Komets on Monday. Komets legend Bob Chase going to be in the house at the Ice House with us. 7:30 Monday night. Come on out and see Chaser. That'll be a lot of fun. Obviously, if for some reason this series were to be extended, Game 6 will be in the Coliseum on Monday night. And then Game 7, if needed, will be on Wednesday night. Both of those would be 7:35 start times. That seems like a long shot at this point because the Komets are in control, up 3-0 after a 3-1 win here tonight in game number 3. Be sure to tune in to 21 Alive tonight. We'll have post-game reaction. Only local station up here covering the Komets, so be sure to tune in at 11 o'clock on 21 Alive. Once again, your final score here from Kalamazoo. Komets 3, Kalamazoo 1. The Komets in front. Hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast, everybody. This is Tommy Schegler saying so long